Hello there, everybody. Welcome to Challenges and Choices, a special needs perspective. My name is Joey Perry, and with me is Rachel from Sanford, and she is recording live from Sanford. And this is going to be episode 3 of Kairos Adventures. We're going to
Woohoo!
we are going to learn about all of the field trips and the social media, and there's also something else. Me and her have a connection with photography, so that's also something. So, welcome, Rachel, to Challenges and Choices, a special needs perspective.
Hi, Joey. I'm so happy to be here. And when I was looking at your links yesterday and I just saw your descriptions on um how you advertise the podcast and just your wording, and it's just so beautiful. And that type of awareness is just so needed in our world. And thank you so much for being you and for just being that light to other people to get that awareness out because it really does make a difference. So thank you. You are such a world changer.
Thank you. So give me 5 things about you for my audience and myself to learn about you.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I see here you got my 5 things. So I do have 5 facts about Rachel, which is me. Is this pertaining to Kairos or just in general?
Just in general.
Just in general. Oh my gosh. Well, my just in general is also just everything Kairos because I just love Kairos so much and all of our friends and the community we created. So I would say 5 facts about me is I am passionate about my career and awareness, specifically in the population of those with disabilities who have severe physical and medical needs. That's where my heart, and dream is on creating just more spaces to where they're not just welcomed and accommodated, but like spaces that are created, like designed for them, designed around them. Um, because ADA is fantastic and great, but it is the bare minimum. And just to have a place that is completely designed for these individuals is what I'm looking for. And I'm so happy that Kairos had me join the team and enjoy what I do and see the vision and working towards creating that vision and making it a reality. So, so okay, there's one. Passion. Two, let's just get to my personal love and interest. I love photography, just like Joey said. I love taking photos of nature and specifically alligators, which I know is really funny and very odd and random, but I love a big old gator boy. Love some big old big bite boys is what I call them. And I'll go around nature and I'll find alligators. And, maybe that's something that a lot of people, especially in Florida, they see all the time. They don't like even stop to pay attention to the beauty because it's like it's just a gator. But I love finding alligators in nature and capturing them for on my film, not physically. Okay, I'm not wrangling the gators. Um, and then my other interests are I love fossil hunting. Florida has so many fossils. I hope so badly to start a fossil finders club for Kairos. So I did a fishing club and now I'm doing a photography club. And I'm hopefully next summer I'll do a fossil club and a dive club, a snorkeling club. So any of that stuff, I love to find water, swim. Let's see, that's 3. I also love steaks. Me and my husband go around Orlando and we rate and review different places that have steaks, which is exciting. And I would say the last thing about me is I am proudly Dolly Parton's #1 fan. Um, it is that's where I get a lot of my worldviews from. A lot of my personality inspo is from Dolly. And, people, or I always say, like, what would Dolly do before I do something? Or just leading with kindness, leading with love, leading with color, leading with passion, leading with energy. And so I would say Dolly is a big part of my life. Um, but yeah, so those are some of the things about me.
Okay, so how did you end up in the kairos community?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So like many of my friends, showing up for the Kairos community, it was a process. One second. Okay. So I would say I started in the public school system in like 2017. I was a public school teacher for severe medical needs, exceptional education, and my goal was always an adult program. That was always my goal. And I always thought that I would start that adult program through either the public school system or through a private school system. And so I tried in the public school system and I made lots of progress, lots of networks, lots of amazing connections. But however, the way that just, I mean, and also well that the public school system for our friends with special needs needs to be revamped. It's not working the way it is. And that's why so many of our special needs families are searching for private schools and private solutions because the public school is just, it's not really serving everyone. So I left the public school and I went to private school. And in private school, I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna start my adult program through this private school, and it's gonna be great." But the thing is, when you're running a school, it is so much. There's so much state things required. There's so much county things required. The school board, you're listening to this. Depending on who our governor is, like everything's always changing. And it was just too hard to try to create a new adult program not offered previously into a system that is already so overwhelmed with just trying to provide for their K through 12th grade students. So I was like, okay, it won't work through a private, it won't work through public. So there's got to be an adult program out there that can expand to the way that my heart wants it to expand. And enters Miss Heather. Originally, when I was interviewing for Kairos, I was interviewing with Bright Features magazines, and I was going to do like marketing for them. And as I was searching for an adult program, whether I was going to create it one day or whether I was going to find the perfect place that already existed, I was like, well, let me go into the marketing and I can see what's out there. Well, in the middle of my interview, they said, "Hey, I think you were meant to do this." And they drove me to Miss Heather in the middle of my interview and said, "Listen, we would love to hire Rachel ourselves, but something is just telling us that, hey, she needs to be here. This is where it was meant to be." And I had a few other options. And I told Miss Heather, I said, "Hey, let me go to the Taylor Swift concert real quick. And when I get back from that concert, I'll make my decision." And literally, as I was getting ready for the Taylor Swift concert, and I was deciding between three places, and I was just like, I want to go to this concert knowing that I'm making a leap of faith here and choosing Kairos, and I'm gonna go have the best time. And then after the concert, I'm gonna come, and here I am now with my crown and bubbly self at Kairos for over a year now.
How did you end up in photography? Um,
Oh, I'm good. Thank you, though.
um, um, how did you end up in photographing in Kairos?
Okay, well, the photography thing was because I already had the camera, and my camera is like a nature portrait lens and stuff, and because of my alligators. And so I already had the camera. And for the most part, I had kind of started when I was in the private school setting to start taking some photos of like my students in classroom and like our events, just like a little bit, but and I really liked it. And so I kind of just offered it, and Miss Heather saw that need, and she was fine with me leading, and now I'm leading a photography class because it's been so successful. Yeah.
Um, how did you also start with the Kairos Facebook and YouTube and Instagram pages?
Say it one more time, buddy.
How did you end up with the social media
Oh,
platforms
well, that
for
was kind
Kairos?
of, yeah, so that was kind of me, because I really was taking a lot of the photos, and then for me to have to send them to Heather or somebody else to then post them, it was kind of like, why don't we just cut out the middle person? And if you guys are fine, I can kind of take some reins and take over our social media. But I mean, it's split. It is very split. There's at least like four of us that run it. So it's not just me. Um, but I asked Heather if I could, do more and more, and she was more than fine with allowing me to do whatever I wanted. And so I think it's been really great to show off all of our campuses in different ways and show the different perspectives of people who come to Kairos and what their day looks like. And that really is a team effort, not just me.
Um, Now you also planned the field trips from Kaylee's interview because like she said like you plan so many field trips. What is that
Yeah.
like for you?
My gosh, well, I do love field trips, and when I was in the school system, setting up a field trip was like weeks of prepping. I had to get it approved by 20 people and, waivers. So I liked doing field trips when I was in the school system, but it was just such a process and we didn't have transportation, things like that. That when I got to Kairos and saw that I had the ability to just take our artists wherever they wanted to go. Um, and Miss Heather and Miss Kaylee saw those strengths, and I was like, okay, what if I bring on Adventurers Club? And each semester we focus on something different. Like in the fall, we focus on I call them local eats, local community, local shops. Um, and then in the spring, we focus on like state parks. They call us park hoppers. And we'll go to different state parks. And in the summer, I like to do Adventures Club where we teach a new skill. So that's why it's photography this summer. And we might be traveling field trip wise to like different like butterfly gardens and like birding areas and whatever my friends say they want to take photos of. Your wish is my command. Let's load on up and go.
Um, what is the challenges and choices of you working with kids with special needs?
Well, I would say the only challenges, because I can speak for everyone at Kairos when I say we all just love what we do. And I guess our challenges are more like time management of, um, how can we do everything we want to do in a day? Because we want to do so much. So just trying to remind myself, like, hey, like I have my husband, my best friends, my own family, our own house, my own pets, and I do need to prioritize and make sure that I'm giving them the amount of time that they deserve. Whether it's through just my being present, whether it's through acts of service, whether it's through just our own day-to-day organizing laundry, like just everything. Um, so that's the most challenging part with me is like, how can I give Kairos my all while also giving my own personal life my all? And I do pretty well with it in general, but sometimes I struggle. Um, but challenging in general of just working with this community is going, is trying to set up adaptive environments physically and adaptive environments for those who have learning disabilities or for those who have struggle communicating. Um, because when we're going on field trips and we're going out into the community, I can control the environment here at Kairos in our actual programming locations, where I'm making sure everything is accommodated for everyone. But when we go out into the community, I don't have that control for accommodating everyone. So I would say that's the most challenging aspect is trying to lead Kairos in a world that wasn't designed for them, but we're making it for them with our awareness, with things like your podcast. Because the more people know our needs, the more that they can provide our needs out in public.
What about the newsletter as well?
Say it one more time.
I said, what is it like for you to like also do the newsletter?
Oh, the newsletter! So when I started doing more marketing, that was something that Heather asked because our friend Bethany is doing a lot more of the admin, like behind the scenes of trying to get us funding, trying to get us grants, trying to get us our vehicles set up and stuff. And it was just something that we could take off her plate. And so at Kairos, it's like we all have so many strengths, and then a lot of us have a few weaknesses. And so if we combined all of our strengths together, guess what? We're only strengths. And because the marketing stuff was one of my strengths, that's why I said, "Hey, I'll take on that. I can do that." And like today, drumming is not my strength. Teaching music classes, teaching drumming, not my strength. And Marty said, "Hey, that's my strength." So she was like, "You can have some more marketing time and I'll take on drumming." And that's the beauty of Kairos is how well that we work together and share our strengths so that there are no weaknesses because we're all helping each other where we can.
Now, is there a way that I could publish my podcast in the newsletter?
Yes, I will look at that and we might be able to put it at the bottom. If not, I can share it on our social media to some extent, okay? But I will see where I can put it because that awareness is so important. We want to make sure we push that out.
Um, yeah, because
Wait,
like
huh? Go ahead, buddy.
because like Brittany said like um she'll like find like a way to like publish my podcast in the newsletter.
Yay! I will listen, I will make sure we push it out, okay? Um, I have to have our newsletter because we have so many new artists. So I have to make sure that that information of their day to day is out first and center. But
Yeah.
all my other links and helpful things, we'll make like a little awareness post and I can post it in there, okay?
Yes, and you can also post it on the Kairos Facebook page as
Yeah,
well.
I got regular Coke.
Um so when did you meet Stephanie?
When did I meet Stephanie?
Yeah.
I met Stephanie. Oh gosh, I met Stephanie. I met her at. I think in my interview was just Heather, and then I had a second interview with Heather and Bethany. So I probably didn't meet Stephanie until like our first team meeting after I was hired. So like November of 2024. And so Stephanie is the one I get to work with probably the least out of everyone, just because she's in Orlando and I'm in Sanford, but we have a very good relationship and we soak up every second we get to see each other in our staff meetings each week.
Um, what is it like for you to go to each location
Oh,
each
yeah.
time?
Okay, well, I just, as you can see my excitement, that was a real exciting answer. I was like, oh, I absolutely love. So, I get to kind of see because I drive the shuttle. I get to see like a little piece of Altamont each morning. Maybe like two or three of our Ultima artists, and I just get so excited to soak it in. And then when I go toward Orlando for any of our like special events, oh my gosh, I swear I'm beaming for the rest of the day. Just to see those friends that I get to see your weeks through pictures because everyone sends me the photos and then I post them online. So I get to see it's like I'm keeping up with you, but like just to see you in person, oh, it makes my heart so happy. And I love seeing my friends at Sanford get to see their friends. Like they're so excited to be like, oh my gosh, when I see Allison see Taylor. And
Yeah.
it's like, that's her bestie! And she's so excited. And I love it. I always notice our twins, Amani and Ari, every time they go to Orlando for a special event, it's so sweet because they like dress up. Because they're just so excited to see new friends, or we'll see returning friends and meet new friends. And they like dress up. They'll wear like matching dresses and matching sparkle shoes. And that's just beautiful to look at because like you can see the excitement in different ways for our friends.
Yeah. Now how did Marty get involved in Sanford?
Well, well, she is a go with the flow type of girly, okay? So Marty goes where she's needed because isn't that beautiful? So wherever the need is, and sometimes Sanford is our biggest campus, okay? And it also holds a lot of our friends who are like newer. Like right now, I'm leading the Luma Legends. And so they're like our teen group and like our new faces group. And, I don't know if you remember when you first started Kairos, but that transition of the difference between what it was like going to school and now what it's like going to adult program can be really hard.
Yeah.
So the Sanford usually does have to pull Marty a lot because we have a lot of new friends that need more support and more faces and more energy that is, hey, we're here to help. So also,
Yeah.
because I ain't good at the music part and Marty's really good at the music part and Kaylee does the theater part, so she can't do music and theater. So Marty comes and helps with the music a lot in Sanford. So that's why we're so lucky to get her so often.
Um, so you met Marty. What about the rest of the teachers in the
The
other?
rest of the teachers?
Yes.
Well, speaking of rest of these teachers, here is Miss Carrie. Hey guys. We are live on Joey's podcast. You get to do it. How good. Rachel is the best person to ask questions. Yeah. So, what were you saying there, Joey?
What is it like dealing with the rest of the teachers? Um,
Joey, when I tell you, like, sometimes I just go home and smile because it really is such a good team. And I'm not just saying that because I'm live on a podcast, but it really is it's just a group of individuals who experience similar things that I experience with wanting to change the world, but not being able to do that in the public or private school setting. And we say, well, how can we change the world? And so one way or another, all of us ended up here together. So you have a group of individuals that fully understand each other, fully understand the needs of the community, fully understand that we're in a position here where we fully put our artists first, and not just that, but their families. Because in the different school systems we were in, we were so limited on how much we were allowed to help. And now there are no limitations. And not only are we allowed to help fully with you and your families, but we're also able to help the community. And then you guys help us help the community. So that type of energy that we're just constantly involved in is what drives all of us. And even days when we're tired, we are still ourselves and we still have that purpose. Um, and in the way that our team talks to each other is because we put our artists first and their families and helping first. It really reflects because it's not you did this wrong or you did this wrong or you should have done it this way, you should have done it this way. It's all of us connecting to say, hey, how can we reschedule this or reschedule your schedule, or how can we support you, or how do you need support so that we can do a better job for artists? And nothing, it never comes across as, as anything other than a team that's generally working together with the same goal.
Now, now who joined Sanford first as a student?
So who's running Sanford?
No, I said who joined Sanford as a student? Who
Oh, who
came?
joined Sanford? So I have Lumas. So Abby, do you want to say hi?
Yeah.
Okay, we're saying next word, ready? We say 1, 2, 3. Hi.
Hi.
Abby joined us. And then hey Max, come here. Max, can you say hi?
Sir, hi.
Good job, Max. Matthew, come here. Both Matthews. We got two Matthews.
Oh,
Okay, Matthew, look. Can you say hi, Joey? Yes.
hi,
Hey, Sam,
welcome to the show.
Christian, come here. And Maggie, do you want to come say hi?
Yeah, Maggie.
I told you we got new. Okay, you ready? Here's Christian and Maggie. Hi.
Hi.
Good job,
Hi.
everyone. Emily, do you want to come say hi? Come here. Sam, come say hi. And I got two that aren't here. Three that aren't here today.
Hi.
Hi.
And say hi, Sam. Wow. That is so kind. Yeah, so there is a lot of our new Lumas. And then I have two that are on, okay, not just vacation. They're like in Paris. But and they'll be back soon in a few weeks.
Um, so what is it like? What is the challenge again? And the choice to deal with everybody's special needs and to like help them.
Like how do like my ways of interacting with those with special needs?
Yes.
Oh, well, I don't really know how to answer that mostly because I'm just myself. Um, but I guess patience and understanding that, not everybody communicates in this verbal back and forth way that me and you are so easily to communicate, and not all of our friends have that ability. So sometimes you have to look at their personalities, their needs, their skills, their talents, their preferences, and just know how they communicate, because not all of our friends use sign language. Not all of our friends, like I said, can verbally do this. Not all of our friends use iPad devices, Toby devices, or just assistive technology. Some of them have their own version of what a gesture or a look means. So it's just the patience and knowing that anytime somebody might be in distress is mostly just they don't know how to communicate what they want and what they need. So to have a team that is able to look at the situation, not get stressed or upset of this situation, and be able to listen. And again, listening is not just with our ears, listening is with everything, the energy. Do they seem stressed or upset? Do they seem happy? Do they seem but like I said, that goes for everything, because a lot of times people know when I feel maybe a little stressed or didn't get as much sleep. Um, so it's just being able to read people and being patient.
Now, what other field trips are you thinking about planning in August and September?
Well, it's still gonna be hot in those months. Okay, so who wants to come swim at Miss Rachel's pool in spring? Oh yeah. So we'll swim at my house, and we will um I am working on something else. I don't, maybe this can be your podcast exclusive information. Okay.
Yeah.
My husband is an architect and he is doing the new Build-A-Bear in Orlando. And I think
Ooh.
I don't have the date of when it's going to be done yet, but it should be kind of around August time. So I am going to really try to get our friends at Kairos the exclusive tour and walk through. Um, and oh my gosh, in September we have the Blue Ridge Mountain trip. Yes. So there should be lots of fun things going on. Sorry, Joey. Thank you for being so patient with me, man.
Whatever.
No worries. Um, that would be on there as well. So, like, when
Yeah, I
you
got
find
three.
out the date, give it to me, and then I'll put it in the description,
Woohoo!
when I publish it, so they'll see it.
I also have a meeting here soon with this was also a podcast exclusive. I have a meeting here soon with some of our friends networking through my husband's work and stuff. Some of our friends at Universal who just want to hear from how can we make things more inclusive and more yeah, accommodating to our friends who use wheelchairs or equipment like walkers and stuff. So hey, listen, that's what it's all about, man. How can we make Central Florida a better place to live for everyone?
Yes, that is so true. All right. We'll end it there. I wanted to thank Rachel and I wanted to thank Rachel for appearing on my podcast, and I also wanted to thank her new friends for also making a little appearance as well. I
They are.
I wanted to thank all of my podcast listeners. Stay